Hey guys. Hello, Taurus. Welcome to this space. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I have this mic on and I always feel nervous about this mic not picking up on my voice or the sound properly. So hopefully this works out. It should. Um, Welcome. We are in Sagittarius season. This is I'm just feeling there's just a big time for all of us, Taurus, Sun and Rising signs, for just as the collective. We're ending this year of 2024. You know, we are under a new moon phase or cycle. Um, so there's a lot of intense endings and beginnings, depending on how you view it, I guess. But it's definitely been quite a time in the past couple of months since Scorpio season, actually since Libra season came about. So Taurus, this is for your sun and rising placements. Take what resonates, leave what does not. Let's go ahead and jump into it, Taurus. This is just guidance, advice, encouragement, whatever it is that you might be looking for. Doesn't really matter what you're dealing with. This is just guidelines, okay? So this is very general. And we're going to go ahead and pull some cards for you guys. I'm just getting at this time, Taurus, for you guys intuitively right now. Don't overdo anything at this time. I feel like that's just for all of us, but for you especially, Taurus. If you feel that there is something that you have a lot of work to get done, like I feel like this is a time to really pull yourself back and brainstorm and really think about, okay, you know, the work that I need to do. Like, just think about, what are you missing? Is there anything that you're doing too much of? Is there something that needs to be taken out or omitted? Is there something that needs to be added, or, you know, any additions to a project? I feel like this is just your time to just pull back for a minute before you dive into something head first. You got to know how deep the waters are before you just dive in. Some things are just not as deep as we think they are, as we perceive them to be, you know. All right, Taurus, sun and rising signs. Let's go ahead and pull. Let's go ahead and get these cards going. Your ancestors for Taurus, sun and rising signs. What messages of advice and guidance do you have for them at this time? This is not a particular timeline that I'm reading for, Taurus. This is really just whatever it is that you need to know at this time. Whatever it is that you're dealing with, whatever advice and guidance you are needing at this time, whether you know you need it or not. Yeah. There is some inner work, something deeper that is at play here. Interesting. So Taurus, sun and rising signs. Here's what I'm seeing right now. There is a demon, an entity, or just your own inner darkness, something that you have just kind of settled for. Could be an addiction of some kind. It doesn't have to be drinking or, you know, drugs necessarily. It could be that, but There's something that you are overindulging in, and it's become, there's something that you started to overindulge in, and it became something that you've been chained to. Like this thing, something about the material world or something connected to the carnal mindset. Could be money, could be materialistic things, could be sex, could be a relationship. There's something or someone that you were indulging in, and you have now become chained to it. And it's become very difficult to quit this person or this thing. Some of you guys may be suffering from a mental disorder that you may not know about, because there's something that happened or something you started to do because of some type of some neglect, abuse, whatever, low self-esteem, and there's something that you picked up in order to compensate for what is lacking in a certain aspect of your life. This is something you've become very much comfortable with. This is just all that you know now. This has something to do with your home life or somewhere that you did live in the past. This is a home in your past, or a home that you've lived in for years and you still live there now. This could be a relationship, someone that you live with, someone that you married, or you may have just, created a domestic relationship, partnership with this person. You've seen your ups and downs in this situation for sure, but a lot of it was the downs that you're ignoring. However, you're being called into judgment about this. You're being called to look at this person, place, or thing and judge it objectively. You are not, it doesn't matter who this person is. It doesn't matter if this is your job. It doesn't matter what kind of job you have. If you are unhappy and you find yourself in this predicament, left out in the cold, lacking, having a impoverished mentality about yourself, low self-esteem, it is now time to look at where you are, look at who you've become. Some of you guys are already doing this. This could be a therapist. This could be a doctor, right? This is just someone who is in the middle. They are not here to choose sides. There is someone here. Sorry, guys, if you're hearing like a clicking sound or a crackling sound, that's my candle. I'm sorry. But if you're choosing sides, or you are kind of biased to this situation because of what it is or who this person is, and you're just stuck, you're just like, no, like, you're ignoring this. Like, this is someone you're chained to. This can be your husband, your wife, your mother, your father. This could be a sibling. This could be an addiction. Okay. This could be a very toxic connection to misery. This could be depression. This is something, when I see the devil card here, this is something that you are being held down by. It's holding you down. It is anchoring you from moving any further. It is anchoring you down so that way your ship cannot sail. It cannot continue down the path of improvement and healing. It cannot heal. Your path, your life path, your life cannot heal. You cannot heal, Taurus. You can't heal. You and this person have been stuck. Now, on the outside, what you guys desire is this. You and this person, if this is a person you're dealing with. However, you and this person are constantly caught up and stuck in this mindset, in this lifestyle. And all you are being asked to do in order to really heal this is to open your eyes, find a neutral standpoint. There is someone here. This could be an entity or someone who, like some energy or spirit that's here to protect you. This can be another family member who is not choosing sides. They're just like, this just does not look good to me. You seem unhappy. And maybe it's time for you to move on, right? It's time for you, some kind of change that needs to happen. Maybe this is a therapist, this is a doctor, someone who is here to say, you are not happy, Taurus. You're not happy. They're not here to, coddle you or to cater to how you feel. They see how you truly feel. They see, or not even how you feel. This is how you feel, Taurus. This is how you've been feeling about this situation, okay? You have so much behind you, 2 cups behind you that are ready to be filled, yet you're worried about what's not working out or what didn't work out or what has hurt you. You're worried about the things that have been knocked over in your life, kind of crying over spilled milk, as they say, when you see the 5 of Cups. But there is something or someone here who is telling you your life is not looking good. And this could be someone that you talk to on a regular basis, someone that you confide in, right? Or someone who's really been paying attention to what's been going on with you. And they're here to just be like, this don't look good. And you know it, Taurus. You've just been hiding and pretending that this is okay, that this eventually is just gonna subside. It's eventually gonna work itself out. It will not just work itself out, Taurus. That's just the truth. It's not gonna work itself out. You have to make a decision to walk away from this. You have to be willing to walk away from this thing or this person that you have been so comfortable with. Like, this is something that you've only known. Some of you guys, this person, this can be a parent. This is somebody that you've known for years for some of you, or a situation that you've been dealing with, or an addiction that you've been dealing with for years. And you've been convinced, or you've convinced yourself that, no, this is just where I belong. This is what I deserve. The universe or your guides, your creator, your soul is telling you no. No. Absolutely not. Okay. So definitely take this time. Take this time, Taurus. I'm going to pull some more cards for you guys. Okay. But there is definitely something here that you're fighting. Or something here that you're probably not even fighting. You're just not even aware that you've been held down. I really do believe that you need to do the spiritual work here, Taurus. And when I say spiritual work, I mean, you really need to look within your soul and really recognize the truth. And that truth is not going to look appealing to anybody, probably not even to you, but it's going to be the truth. If you want to, the truth sets us free, right? So if you want to be set free from whatever this is in your life, something that you've become so comfortable with, maybe you live someplace that you know is unhealthy for you. There's nothing there that makes you happy. There's no improvement. It's just a boring old city or town or whatever. And you're just like, no, I can't leave because my family or my friends or whatever, I can't leave. Yes, you can. There's something on the other side for you, but you, for some reason, you still settle for this feeling because it just feels that this boring, lacking in, energy that you've been living in for so long, or this relationship that's just lacking. you've just become so comfortable with it. You've just become it's almost like an addiction for you. It's like, no, this is good for me. This is fine. Mm. Wow. Like I was saying, Taurus, you need to pull yourself back. Pull yourself back and inward. There's no more outer work, because I don't, okay, let me take that back. The outer work that you've been doing is not getting rid of this beast here. It's not getting rid of this energy. It's now time to give it a break and actually come to terms with where your life has been for a while, or a certain aspect of your life. If it's a relationship with someone, doesn't have to be romantic. It can be romantic or platonic, or somebody in your family. But this is a time. Now, here's another thing, Taurus. I will say this. This doesn't necessarily have to be a breakup. Okay. I don't want to be, I understand, like there's some things where you need to break up with somebody and stop talking to them or go no contact and be done, because it depends on what this is doing to you. Others of you, this is a toxic trait or behavior that someone else has in a relationship with you, and you need to call it out. You need to be the one to just be like, I'm so sick and tired of watching this person struggle, and I'm tired of being like everybody else, just like brushing it under the rug, and there's a big elephant in the room and nobody's saying anything. You just might have to be that person to just be like, listen, you're not happy. You're not happy in this relationship, or you're not happy. You may have, this is somebody that you're in a close relationship with, or someone who's close to you for some of you. And you just need to be that person to just be like, this is bullshit. This is not healthy. Right. Or it could be vice versa. Maybe this is you and somebody else is saying this to you, of course. So this doesn't necessarily have to end in a breakup necessarily. That is completely up to you. That is up to you. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. If it leads to a breakup, so be it. Moving on. You just move on, right? But if it doesn't, and you still want to work things out with this person, if this is a person, then there are some much needed changes that need to happen in order for this relationship to thrive. If you're not willing to judge this situation properly and honestly with the truth, then this relationship is just going to be stale. It's just going to continue to be, stuck. It's never going to make you happy. It's never going to make this person happy. Okay, Taurus. So if you're in a relationship with someone, especially if it's romantic, okay, you may need to lay down some rules and just be like, I'm done with dealing with this. I'm done with this pattern of behavior from you. You need to go to therapy. You need to this, and this. You need to just like be very, very blunt and clear with this person, instead of sitting here just being unhappy and letting things happen and just being like, oh, well, they're not going to change. It's like, no, if you are done with this person's BS, tell them. Don't sit here in darkness with them. Tell them. Like I said, the truth sets you free. So you may need to speak the truth to somebody, Taurus. You may need to be very, very truthful to somebody. And this may be somebody that you live with. This is somebody that you've probably married or had a celebratory time with. Let's pull a couple more cards for your advice, Taurus, Sun, and Rising signs. But all I see here is that somebody needs to say something. You or somebody else. Somebody is going to say something. That's what's going to be needed here. Yeah, there we go. Man. All right. Yeah, there's definitely something here that is a temptation for someone. You are always tempted by this person. So this can be a relationship or somebody that you have a relationship with, or had, or maybe it's off and on. I don't know. This is a situation where you have the devil twice. Taurus, what is going on? There is something here that you are constantly, Taurus, Sun, and Rising signs. There is something here that you are falling for every single time. And it has something to do with who this person is or what the situation is. You're just like, no, it's like, you probably don't even have a conversation with yourself about it. You just fall right into it. If this is falling for a relationship, so easily, and you give yourself to this person sexually, and it's so, you just keep doing this with people. Maybe it's with multiple people that you're doing this with. Maybe you just can't be single for long, and you just constantly keep getting in relationships and you fall for the same traps. You got to face this and realize that that is a temptation. You are being tempted. This is not something that you need. This is not something that you even want. This is just a temptation. Well, you may want it, but it's not good for you. Okay. If this is a drug of some kind, Taurus, sun and rising signs, do not be tempted. This is a temptation. If this is sex with one particular individual who doesn't treat you right, but they still come into your life ever so often and they're just like, hey, like I want to be with you or I want you and blah, 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 blah. And you always fall for that. Stop falling for the same trap. You can't, at this point, you can't blame anybody but yourself. Okay. Because you also have prosperity begins. It's the Ace of Coins or the Ace of Fruit. So again, I'm still getting for some of you, Taurus, like, yes, when you see that this is a temptation and this is not good for you, this is not good for your growth, you will turn away from this and go towards this prosperity here. However, I'm still getting that this is a relationship you have with someone. There's happiness in the books for you, but you guys have been struggling together so much because of this. Somebody has an addiction in a relationship, or somebody has maybe a gambling addiction. I don't know what it is, but there's something that somebody in a relationship with you, either you or this other person, is holding on to. And they're kind of hiding it. They're hoping that nobody says anything about it, but it's going to come out. This is about to come out, whether you or this other person likes it or not, because it's time, Taurus, for you to thrive. You and this other person, or you or this other person, it's time to thrive here, because the universe or the ancestors, is what they're telling me for you, is that your guides are just tired of watching you scrape the bottom of the barrel here. They're kind of tired of it. So something is going to come to light. Something is going to come to light, whether you like it or not. Okay. Again, this can go vice versa. It does not mean that this is you with the issue. This could be somebody else that you're involved with, okay, with this issue. And you got to be the one to put your foot down and be like, no more. No more. You or I, whoever it is that you're dealing with, or you're done with this devil energy, this temptation, right? Like there's someone in your life, or someone in your life who's dealing with an addiction or something, where someone's telling them, well, I have the key to your happiness or to your success or to your love life, or whatever it is that this person's falling for, or whatever you're falling for, Taurus. Like it's got to stop, and it's going to be forced. The brakes are going to be, somebody's going to pump the brakes real quick. Somebody's about to hit the brakes real quick and just be like, yeah, let's kind of stop and just look at this for a second, because this has been going on for far too long. And again, this can lead to a breakup for sure, or it can lead to a relationship thriving and transforming. It really does. It really depends. Okay. All right, Taurus, let's pull a couple more oracle messages. Taurus, sun and rising signs, ancestors. Ooh. I'm not sure if they want me to pull that one. It doesn't feel, but somebody might need to hear this. Okay. So take time to breathe out, Taurus. Like I said, you need to take the time out to pull yourself back and inward. And then you have nothing will come of this situation. So confidence is your key to success here. All right, Taurus, what I'm getting is for some of you, you need to take the time out to breathe. and realize that this is over. This whole temptation, this ex that keeps coming back, or this friend that keeps coming back, or this family member that's constantly making promises to you, or whoever is making promises to you and tempting you into falling into their trap, it's over. There's nothing, if you think that there's something good that's going to come out of this situation, it's not. There is no improvement in this situation whatsoever. And that may take a minute for you to accept. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that the relationship is over. Now, it could be for some of you, this thing is over because there's somebody new, a new friend, new friendship circles, new trustworthy people, a new romantic partnership, a new job, a new living situation. Something is over. Okay. There's some type of relationship for some of you that's over. So for those of you who see this as a relationship that's over, so be it. This entire situation is over. You need to move on to something better. For others of you, okay, as this plays out in your life, or for the next few months into next year, what I'm seeing is that putting up with this person's BS, or putting up with, ignoring the elephant in the room within this relationship or this situation, is only going to breed more disappointment and stagnation. So within a situation, all you need to do is call it out and be like, you know what, we really need to get down to business of like getting rid of this in order for our relationship to thrive. So if this is a job, you need to have a conversation with somebody about improving within that situation. If this is a relationship, you need to realize that what you've been doing in this situation is not working. So you need to do something completely different. And sometimes that can be scary because you may be afraid, well, I'm going to lose this person. And it's like, so be it. If you lose that person, if you lose that job because you're calling shit out, because you're saying what is true and what needs to be said, so be it. If you cannot live or be in a situation where truth does not exist. I mean, you've been there for the longest time, but now you're being called into truth. You're being called into judgment at this time, Taurus. You are being weighed. You're being put on a scale here. So again, it can go either or. You can either accept that this is over and you need to move on to something better, whatever's best for you, and just break up with this situation, or you can decide, you know what, I am so sick and tired of, hoping that the best will come out of doing nothing, and actually do something and say something and get down to work with what needs to be done so that this relationship can grow. Again, it just really depends on what you're dealing with. Okay. But if you already in your soul know that you're done with something, your spirit is like, we're done. I'm breaking up with this person. I'm over it. Or I'm breaking up with this job. I'm quitting. Do it. But if your soul is still saying like, but you got to know whether that's your soul telling you that, or if that's just your ego and your temptation, right? You got to be able to, differentiate that. All right, let's pull one more card, y'all. Taurus, sun and rising signs, ancestors, for their advice and guidance. All right, let's see what we got. Yep, you got the triple spiral. Very ancient wisdom. And then it says, listening to divine wisdom and joyfully learning life's lessons. So Taurus, it's time to learn. This is a lesson that you're supposed to learn from. This is not a situation that was meant to be, whatever it is that you're holding on to, this is not something that you're supposed to be holding on to. This was not something that was supposed to stay in your life. So for those of you who are leaning more towards breaking up with somebody, or that it's time to get rid of something or a job, it's that time. This is not a situation that was meant to stay. This was just a situation to help you grow and improve and learn a lesson and move on. Yep. And you got the element of fire at the bottom of the deck. So it's time to go. Okay. All right, Taurus, it's time to go. It's time to go. It's time for you to go. Okay. This is not where you belong. This relationship, this person, place, or thing is not where you belong. Okay. All right, Taurus, much love and light to all of you. I wish you guys very best of luck on this journey. Stay safe, stay healthy, and hope to see you guys in your next reading. Bye, guys.